Alright guys, welcome back. So for this video, we're looking at the second row of Restoration Shaman talents. And the first one here is Echo of the Elements. So this gives Riptide, Healing Stream Totem, and Lava Burst 2 charges instead of 1. And it says that effects that reset the remaining cooldown will instead grant 1 charge. Now, that final line actually only applies to Lava Burst. It works in conjunction with your Lava Surge passive, where you get an instant cast from your Flame Shock damage over time. You don't actually get anything that can reset the cooldown of your Totem or Riptide. So in terms of how much healing you get from this, you get basically twice as much, or the ability to cast Riptide and Healing Stream Totem twice as much as before, 2 charges instead of 1. So with Riptide, that's helping you to fill your instant cast gap, which is one of Shaman's weaknesses, but also it works in conjunction with your other passive, which is Tidal Waves. And so you can see here that by casting Riptide, you get the bonus of decreased cast time on Healing Wave, or the increased critical effect chance on Healing Surge. So when you have 2 charges of Riptide, you can weave that into your rotation more often to get those bonuses for Healing Surge or Healing Wave more often. So although it doesn't mention actually anything about Healing Wave or Healing Surge, this talent actually improves your efficiency of those spells as well, as long as you utilize it, well, as long as you utilize the passive. So that means you're using Riptide and then you're casting Healing Wave or Healing Surge, and then you're going to use Riptide again and then one of these 2 spells again, and you're going to get much more out of the spells than if you didn't do that. As for the Healing Stream Totem, it's really nice because you can drop 2 of them instead of 1, and this gives you a nice little panic button when you need a burst of healing on some more targets while you're also doing extra healing yourself. And there you go, 15 seconds of free healing from 2 separate sources. They will always choose the lowest health target. So talking about Riptide again, using Riptide and then Healing Wave, and then Riptide again and then Healing Wave. Both of my Healing Waves had the reduced cast time because I'm taking advantage of Tidal Waves. If you only have one Riptide, you can't get that as often, so you kind of have a reduced efficiency for your Healing Wave and Healing Surge. Moving on to the second one here, this one's called Deluge, and this will increase the healing from your chain heal by 20%, but only on targets that are within your healing range or are affected by your Riptide. And Riptide, okay, that's nice, but you have to give up Echo of the Elements if you want to pick this, which means only 1 charge of Riptide. So then it kind of falls onto Healing Rain to provide the condition so that you can get that 20%. Now, if you're playing with some guildmates or friends and you can tell them that they need to stay within your healing rain, then you can more often get this bonus, or you can reliably and regularly get this bonus. But if you're in a pickup group or in a battleground or something like that, it can be fairly difficult sometimes to get people to stay within your healing rain, or just to have a kind of fight where people aren't moving around so much. So in the cases where you don't meet the conditions, then this talent doesn't do anything for you. So with the right players, it can be strong at improving your AoE healing, but without those players, sometimes it can do nothing, and it can consistently do nothing, which can kind of take away from how good it can be. So you have to bear that in mind if you want to pick this, is that if you have the right players, it can work well. But without them, you could be missing out on quite a lot of benefits that you could maybe get from Echo of the Elements or Earth Shield. So let's have a look at Earth Shield. So this one will increase the healing when you cast it on a target. Let's try that again. Whoever you cast this on will get 10% extra healing from all of your spells. So in those cases, the best target for this would be a tank in a dungeon or a raid. And especially over a long raid boss fight, 10% extra healing for that whole fight can amount to a huge amount of healing. And so this then kind of becomes almost the default choice for doing difficult dungeons or raids, unless there is a lot of AoE damage, in which case you might be better to take Echo of the Elements or Deluge. It depends on the situation, but in a situation where you can be fairly sure the tank will be taking most of the damage most of the time, Earth Shield is very, very strong for helping you take care of that. So that's it for this video, guys. Echo of the Elements, good versatility, good application to a variety of situations, and a nice interaction with your Tidal Waves passive. Deluge, a nice increase in small AoE healing if you can meet the conditions. And Earth Shield, which is kind of your default choice for most dungeons and raids, so that you can give the tank all that extra healing. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and come back next time.